And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Cities Skylines. Alright, one of the things I want to get done in this episode is I want to tweak this intersection here. I already added this little branch here, and this is specifically to let the buses turn around. That's the only reason why that is there. But the other thing I've noticed is this lane here, this turning lane, they want to connect to this outside lane here, and I don't want them to do that. I want to give this lane priority access to there, so this lane can turn and this lane can turn. So we are going to edit the, not change lane arrows, lane connector. We're gonna set up this one right here. Let's pause it while I do this. So we have this lane connector, and I want to connect this lane up with this lane here. Okay, but I don't want this lane to go. I want this lane to be able to go to either here or here. And this lane can go here or here, even though I doubt anybody will ever travel this direction. So this is the only lane that I want to travel to there. And this lane, I want to go to there. And this one can go straight, and this one can go straight or to there, even though they probably won't ever go there. So this lane, I want to go either, well, this is there, there, or there. Since this is a turning lane, this lane, actually, let's change this one to, instead of, I don't know if there's a way to take that out. Don't know if there's a way to take that out or not. But this one, I want to go straight. And this one, I want to turn this way or this way. So we shouldn't have any crosstalk between those two. And this one can go straight in to this side or route to there. Or route over to here. I want an inside lane there. So there's the lane switcher there. And that should, once I start this up, it'll take, all the vehicles that are queued up already, it will take them a little while to update themselves. So it kind of will look weird for a while, and then it'll sort itself out. So you'll have all the cars now pulling into the right lanes, the proper lanes. Although, why are you? Let's do lane connector. Yeah, you're going right into there. So you shouldn't load into this middle lane at all. That's what I want. Yeah, see, this semi probably had its path set a while ago. So it takes a little while for the system to update. But eventually it'll all update, and you'll get the proper lanes being used. That's just a disaster waiting to happen there. Okay. So there we go. That's looking right, just like that. This car just flew right by the intersection. One of the things I did, one of the settings you can have is to tweak the traffic where it doesn't always, there's a small percent chance you'll get a car that tries to go faster or tries to ignore the lane settings. You'll get sort of a more dynamic feel for traffic over time, because a good percentage of cars will just do their own thing, and it'll kind of give a little bit of dynamicism to the system itself. So we've had quite a few buildings upgrade. It's been nice. If we look at the levels, we've got a nice level of growth in here. We even have, look at that, highly educated. We have some highly educated people, and they now are able to fill the jobs at these high density commercial buildings. So we've got some good, look at that, 29 well educated. So we're getting a lot of high school graduates now, we're getting some college graduates now, and all is good because we really needed that education level to go up. So most of our commercial now is pretty much set. Now the big issue is, can we add some commercial up here and have it grow how we want? Because I do need some more commercial, and I really don't want to build commercial in one of these loops. I want to keep those to be residential. So this is a pretty high traffic area. I think this is a good spot for a little bit of commercial. It'll give us a little bit of leeway with that. I'm going to have to look at... It always seems like the city is bright and pastel-y. I want to see if there's a mod out there that kind of richens the color and deepens the color a little bit. It would be nice. Yeah, I think these are zoned, but they're not built for some reason. Ooh, how is our garbage? Garbage is... Oh, we got somebody collecting here, which is good. Otherwise, garbage looks pretty fine. We need some more industry here. This is one of the reasons I added capacity to the garbage trucks, just because, you know, one landfill and 15 trucks should be able to handle a city this size. And it wouldn't if you had the lower capacity garbage trucks. Because these high density buildings produce a lot of garbage. So if we look at our industrial buildings here, some of these have started getting a few educated workers here and there. So there's an educated worker. There's a couple there. There's one there. So little educated workers come in here and they start to they're going to start to upgrade these buildings slowly. So you can see, you know, 4 educated workers is only that much. So it's going to take a while, but all of that industrial should upgrade eventually. Speaking of industrial, I want to first look at my pollution. We've got a little bit of a banding there. Let's do one more block. Let's get this block zoned in as industrial. And then this block here, I'm going to have to either make that commercial or leave that unzoned. I could put some trees and stuff there, I guess. Can I place trees? I could. I thought there was a tree brush that I could do this with. I guess, I mean, trees, maybe it's under terrain, landscaping, so that's just basic trees. How about this one? Nope. Thought I could place trees with a brush and just, you know, place thousands of them, but I guess not. A little bit more industrial going on here, commercial, a little bit. I mean, I could put commercial here because we got walkways coming, either side, and it's pretty close, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty content with putting some commercial in there. And that concludes filling out this first main branch here. The next step is to go over here and start filling this all in. So if I want to really get this going, let's finish this off down here. And keep that. I'm going to build it out like that. And I think I should be able to put some residential over here, because I don't think this is producing all that much noise. Producing a little bit, but not too much. We got a lot of noise coming in from the wind turbines, but that's pretty much ending. You can see the subtle gradation right here of the reds, and that's the noise from that wind turbine, which in my opinion should not produce noise at all, because look, I mean, it's... Can you hear anything? If it doesn't produce noise for me, then why is it producing noise for the citizens? That's my big question. So we have a little bit of industrial that needs to be put in, probably up here, to, you know, help these people find a job. So let's put in a little bit of industrial, since our demand is pretty high for it right now. I'm going to go 4 blocks away. I'm going to build a bank of industrial here, a bank over here, and then we're going to connect, where would it be? Landscaping paths. We're going to connect these up with pedestrian stops. Okay, that works out well. Our main drag here is filling in nicely, although we still need a ton of commercial. If we look at this, I could place a bunch of commercial right in here, and that should satisfy that demand pretty considerably. I mean, we got abandoned for no reason. Education, yeah. So we're gonna need some more educated workers, and this really bothers me here. We got 2 spaces right there, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna micromanage that. Now let's look at bus services again, and we're gonna need another bus line in here. So let's put one. See, we've got a pedestrian line right there, so let's put one right in here. And we're going to add a stop into commercial, and we're going to add one into industrial here. And we're going to swing it around, and we are going to bring it all the way back maybe to here. This is going to be our high density stuff, and then bring it back into here. And then one of the reasons why you see them doing this is I have U-turns. Part of this mod, this transport manager, this transit manager, part of the settings that you can do is to disallow U-turns at intersections. So the vehicles are not allowed to U-turn anywhere. But I can also override that, I think. Let me look at vehicle junction restrictions here. So you can see no U-turns. So if I turn that on, U-turns are allowed. And this is no crossing of lanes while it's in the intersection. So turning U-turns on there, this blocks a vehicle from entering the junction if the junction is blocked. And this controls whether there's a pedestrian crossing. So adding that U-turn there, let's see if that updated the bus line at all. Where's my bus? Where is my bus line? There it is. It is not, has not updated that. There it is. Now we can allow U-turns. So let's do that same thing over here. I want to edit junction. This one, allow U-turns. Okay. And I want to come up here. Do I want to do the same thing? I do want to do the same thing. So junction here, allow U-turns. And that will allow me to get rid of this line here. Which doesn't really matter because it doesn't go anywhere. Although the cop is using it. That's pretty cool. And also, I want to see where that bus line is. Okay, so we've got the bus going all the way up here, all the way back. It doesn't need to do that. Let's edit this junction here and allow U-turns coming from this direction. And that should complete that system where the bus will be able to come up here, U-turn itself, and come down. It's going to take a while for that to update, though. It's not an instantaneous change. Oh, I've got the hiccups. So we've got a line going from our residential area up to commercial, up to industrial, and then coming back to commercial and all the way back to the residential. So it'll kind of ties all of this in. Now we could add a line connecting these two, but we've already got pedestrian paths where they can cross and connect them to each other. So I'm a little less inclined to do that. All right. You know, and enabling the U-turns will allow all the other vehicles to U-turn, but I doubt very many will need to U-turn. I wish we had more use here of both lanes. I mean, I could upgrade these roads. What other kind of roads do we have? We've got an 8-lane road, all these one-ways, 6-lane with bus lanes, bicycle. These are highways. Those don't matter. Median. We want the turning lane. The turning lane is really helping us out. So I don't think we have anything like that. We might want to look into a taxi system. That might be something we can implement. Not sure how the taxi system works. Oh, we got a lot of people waiting up here. Going to neighborhood shop. Where's the neighborhood shop? Way over here. And he's using the bus to do it. Excellent. The more people use that bus line, the more money I make. Everything is good. Look at that. Our income has jumped way up. Finances. I wish... Isn't there... I thought there was a graph system. I think it's in the options. City statistics. If you look at city budget, you can see that, but the treasury, look at that. Look at that increase in treasury. Population changes, good. Influx, I don't know what that is. Citizens moving into the city. Not sure. Let's look at prisoners. Oh, our prisoners have gone way up. Poor guys. Cyclists going up and down. No real disasters to speak of yet. Zones I kind of control myself. Tourist tax income. Wow, we actually have some tourists coming into the city. Education levels. This is really nice to see go up. Available jobs is way up there. Employment percentage. We are tickling the 100% employment. So it's not, you'll very rarely get to the exact 100%. Birth rate is fluctuating pretty madly. Birth rate really affects when you start getting senior citizens in your city who don't work and don't produce or reproduce. It tends to be a problem. But yeah, look at the money. Good times. All right. So we are making money hand over fist now, which is nice. We need a whole lot of people. Look at that high-tech industry moving in over here. Why aren't these upgrading? Wow, they all moved in over here. Interesting. Look at the high-tech jobs, though. Look at that building. That is cool looking. What do you make? Gourmet. This is a gourmet fish stick factory. Interesting. But yeah, look at that city growing. We have a bunch of residential demand again. So it is time to produce some residential demand. How's our high school? Our high school is almost at capacity. College, not even close. Elementary school is probably doing pretty good. Clinic is not really being used at all. And our elementary school is really being tapped. Let's look at this. Yeah, 4,100 eligible. We're going to need another elementary school. And we're going to need probably another high school. So let's go up here. Yeah, we're going to need another one of these. Unfortunately. I'm going to put one over here, I think. Take out one of these low-density buildings. Put it right across the street from the high school. And then we're going to need another high school. And this one can go pretty much where the other one went, because this is going to be all high density in here again. So we're going to need another high school. How's our water doing? Water, we're going to need water and power. A constant demand. Good times. But now we should have quite a few students. If we look at this, 4,100, 40. Okay, so this is slowly going to increase. Hopefully until this hits. And let's look at the elementary school. 4032, and we've got 3958. So we've got quite a few more that we can include. Hopefully this starts going up. You want to try to encompass as many of those students as possible. Keep educating your citizens. That is very important. Look at that, 4,000. That's a big high school, 4,000 people. All right. Well, that will do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.